Hey guys, this is Mr. Markland with Unlimited Possibilities Martial Arts. Today we're going to be doing a video on chain punching, okay? Just understanding the Wing Chun concept and even the straight blast from JKD, kind of the idea, maybe sort of the differences between those, but I'm going to be mainly focusing on the Wing Chun chain punch, okay? Now, in Chinese, the chain punch, the word that they were Jeet Kune Do. So if you hear chain punching, a lot of times they'll use the word Jeet Kune Do when they're talking about that. Bruce Lee's and Jin Fan, or Jeet Kune Do, mainly Jeet Kune Do, but Jin Fan, he talks about the straight blast, okay? And straight blast has a little bit different idea than, in my opinion, the straight blast has a little bit different idea than the Wing Chun chain punch, okay? So first, let's start with the basic punch, right? The basic Chung Choi, or basic punch. So in Wing Chun, the basic punch comes out like this. It comes like circular and it comes to the center, just like all Wing Chun ideas. You have one hand here. If I want to put a woos out here, this could be my guarding hand. Or if I'm doing a form, right, I can put this hand on the rib, that sort of thing. So basically you're doing this and you kind of have this hand where you're coming across. Everything goes to the center and you're trying to push and you're hitting the center of the body, right? So let me borrow you for a second, Mr. Star. I'm gonna have Mr. Star come in real quick. So if we're doing a chain punch or if we're doing a straight blast, if you notice a straight blast in Bruce Lee's art, come a little closer, kind of out of the, yeah. So straight blast in Bruce Lee's art is mainly, usually that's going to the face, and it's almost, it can be like a hammer or almost like a back fist motion. Okay, so they can either be coming here, or a lot of times they'll come here and it looks like a hammer fist, and they'll just bring their hands up and try to come over the person in a sense, and we're running them down, right? So it's one of those things. Now, the thing that I like about both of the, or the similarities between the two, is that in order for this to work, in order for you to get that, you don't just start right off the bat. Typically, unless you're really good at intercepting, you don't start right off the bat doing that. Usually this guy's thrown a punch or whatever, and you come here and you struck them first, and then you come in and you continue to go down with these punches, right? If you're straight blasting, which is kind of what I was doing just then, that's what you can do. And again, you can mix these concepts and they can be a little like, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But he comes in again, I come here maybe, and then I come and I just straight blast down the face. Now, me doing it in place, I was listening to, I was listening to a very good Wing Chun teacher, Wing Chun master actually. One of the things that he was saying was, when you come in, you don't just stand here, which I 100% agree with, okay? So when someone's coming in and they're punching, you don't want to just stand here and practice like this. This is no good. In real life, you want to move the person, which is the same thing in the chain punch, in the Wing Chun chain punch. Actually, just relax. So scoot up just a little bit right there. Okay, so in the Wing Chun chain punch, you're hitting the center of the body. And the reason why you're hitting the center of the body is because you want to move that person. Does that make sense? So he comes up, and I want to hit, and I want to hit. Notice I move, and then he moves, come up. So I hit, and I move him as I'm going. Does that make sense? Okay. So very important in the chain punching that you're not just doing these light, put your hands up like this. You're not just doing these light. A lot of people like to do that because it looks cool, just to sit there. Woo, that looks so cool.
Kind of feels nice, honestly.
It's massaging. But, oh, that's great, actually, for massaging, right? But it's not very good as far as combat is concerned. It's okay, but it's not great. It's, to the body, it's really not good. The person will just punch you or something. In the face, at least, they're going to go like this, right? Because you're hitting the face if you're doing that. But it's still not great because you're not affecting the body. You want to affect the body and move the structure. So if he's here and I'm hitting, I want to hit, so go ahead and put your hands out and put them against your body though. Yeah, just put, so if I want to go like that. You see how the energy's going into him and he's moving back. I'm trying to, with the space that we have, not hit too hard and push him too much, right? Because really, technically, what we want to do, actually,
I know a bit more.
yeah, okay.
We'll be fine.
Okay, so
More than
what we want to do is that. See how he moves his whole entire body? That's actually how you want to hit. And all that has to do with keeping your elbows in, very important. You're coming out, your elbows are coming in, just like when we're practicing the form. The first form teaches you, actually all the forms, but the first form especially, teaches you to keep that elbow in so your weight and your structure transfer into the target easily. And you're hitting the center of the target, the center line, and the center of the center line. What is it? Center of gravity is what I want to say. So you're hitting that, and you're moving the whole entire structure. That's the whole point of this. So when you're doing a true chain punch, it should never look like this. Okay? It should actually, a true chain punch is going to look like this. I'm going to be moving the person. So that's why if you've ever seen any Wing Chun guys doing a proper chain punch, a Wing Chun guy does not do a chain punch like this. Okay? Or at least not proper, right? Especially to the body. There's no point in doing that. Okay? But again, in JKD, going to the head, that's okay. Of course, you still want to go forward. Okay? It should never be, so go ahead and put your hands up like this. Okay? So it should never be, again, like this, but you're going and you're blasting down. You're running into them as you do this. So go ahead and slide off to the side. So when you actually do this in if we're talking about a straight blast in Wing Chun, or not in Wing Chun, but in JKD, you're going like this. The person's coming into you like this. Okay? They're not staying back here and being passive. They're running into you. Okay? So that's really the difference between, the main difference, okay, especially in my opinion, but that's the main difference between the straight blast and the Jeet Kune Do or the chain punching from Wing Chun. Okay. So again, if you guys have any comments or any questions about that, you can leave them down in the comments if you want to. I should be able to pick those up. I usually check the comments, but so that's just real basic. That's something that you can use, and you can kind of use a combination of those two things if you can figure that out. Again, we do unlimited possibilities martial arts, so sometimes we take those two concepts and we'll just mash them together, which is really fun to do. And it just takes you out of being set in one concept or being set in the other one. We just put them together and find other ways that you can use them usefully in actual situation, or just even if it's not an actual situation, you can be more creative in your response, because creativity, I always tell them, creativity is like a high intelligence. If you can create something, then you can build skill towards it. Does that make sense? Okay, instead of just thinking, oh, that doesn't work, I'm just going to throw it out. Well, you can also build the skill towards it, and you can figure out how it will work, and that's wonderful when you can do that. Okay? All right, so that's the video for today. We'll see you guys on the next video.